Good morning, my dear students. Today we are discussing about the pathogenicity of Ascaris and Ucheraria or filarial worm. In the last class, we have discussed about the general characters of phylum Nemanthehelminthes and its classification, and today we are learning the pathogenicity of two of the examples, that is Ascaris, which is commonly called as roundworm, and second one, that is Ucheraria, which is commonly called it as filarial worm. So Ascaris lumbricoides, it is commonly called as roundworm. Its species are found as intestinal parasites lying freely in the lumen in vertebrates like pig, cattle and house chicken. So it is cosmopolitan in distribution, found more in children than in adults. So these produces anti-enzymes to protect itself from the action of host enzyme. So coming to its life cycle, it is simple and monogenetic. That means the life cycle is completed in single host. Mode of nutrition is holozoic as it feeds on host's partly digested food by sucking action of its pharynx. Infection to hosts occurs when he swallows the infective eggs of Ascaris with contaminated food or water. When infected egg reach the small intestine of the host, the eggshell are dissolved by the action of host's digestive juices and the infective second stage juvenilines they are set free. Coming to the pathogenicity of Ascaris lumbricoides, so about 500 to 5000 adult Ascaris may be present in a single host. The disease is commonly called as ascariasis. So coming to the symptoms, there are different types of symptoms which is caused by the larvae and also the adult worms. Symptoms due to migrating larvae. So during their journey, they travel through different organs. In heavy infections, or if there is an heavy infection, typical symptoms of pneumonia such as fever, cough, dyspnea may appear. It also causes disturbances when they are present in the brain, spinal cord, intestine, heart and lungs. So this is all the symptoms which are carried by the or created by the migrating larvae. Second thing, that is the symptoms due to adult worms. The adult worms inhabiting the intestine, the patients may complain about abdominal pains, vomiting, headache, irritability, dizziness and night terrors. So when the worms migrate through the intestinal wall, they cause severe peritonitis. So these wandering ascaris, they enter the lumen of the appendix, causing appenditis. In children, if the infection is more and common, they dull the mental capacity and the child with the stunt growth. Juvenilines cause inflammation and hemorrhage in the lungs. So these are the symptoms that are created by the adult worms. So coming to the treatment for the ascariasis, that is, treatment will be successful through oral administration of piperazine citrate syrup and hexaresorcinol tablets, and also other anti-helminthic drugs like hetrazine, tetramazole, dithazanine, thiobenzodol and mebendazole. These are all used as anti-helminthic drugs to cure the diseases which are caused by helminthes. So prevention, good sanitary condition, pollution of soil with human feces should be avoided. Vegetables are washed and properly cooked. Fingernails should be cut regularly. Hand should wash with antiseptic soaps. So these are the preventive measures. So next, that is Wuchereria branchofti, which is commonly called as filarial worm. So this is also an endoparasite of a man. Adults, these harboring the lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes. The life history is digenetic, that is the secondary host is blood-sucking insects, that is female mosquitoes of genera Culex, Aedes and Anopheles. So man is the main host and Culex is the secondary host. So male and female worms copulate in the lymph glands of man. Female is viviparous or ovoviviparous. It delivers numerous larvae called microfilariae. The microfilariae are very active and can move both with and against the bloodstream. Their lifespan in human body is probably 70 days. These are nocturnal periodicity. They appear in peripheral circulation periodically at night, generally between 10 pm to 4 pm. So when you come for the pathogenicity of Wuchereria branchofti, so the disease is generally referred as Wuchereriasis or filariasis. At light infection does not produce serious effect. It causes filarial fever, headache and mental depression. At heavy infection, they block the lymphatic muscles and glands, causing lymphatic obstructions. The accumulation of lymph in the affected organs, due to which they swell, that is lymphedema, nothing but the swelling. When they infect the lymph nodes, they causes lymphadenitis. In lymph vessels, they cause lymphangitis. After infecting epididymis and related areas, they cause hydrocele. So here, the affected organ enormously enlarged, producing a tumor-like ugly look condition, that what we call it as elephantiasis. It is an excessive growth of an arm, legs, hands and scrotum of mammals. So this is the pathogenicity of Wuchereria branchofti or filarial worm. Coming to the treatment and prevention, heterogen and compounds of antimony and arsenic are used to reduce the microfilarial form or larva. So prevention, that is prevention of our bodies from mosquito bites. So that is the preventive measure for spreading of the disease which is caused by Wuchereria branchofti. So next here, moving with the two important topic, that is role of Turbitrix aceti, which is what we commonly called it as vinegar eel or vinegar nematode or Anguilla aceti. So here the vinegar eel are harmless and they are roundworms or nematodes that feeds on the microorganism commonly called as mother of vinegar, found in vinegar and fermented liquids. Growing up to 50 microns in diameter and 1 to 2 mm in length and pointed at both the ends. They are one of the smallest and easiest live foods to culture for baby fish. So these vinegar eels, they are discovered by Perry Borel in 1656. So here you can see the picture of vinegar eel. Its smooth and slender body is transparent, so it is possible to see its internal organ. So it is adapted to acidic environments and can be found in acidic lakes. Their environment makes them exceptionally tolerant of variation in acidity and alkalinity, and they may be able to tolerate a wide range than any other species, being able to survive with the pH of 1.6 to 11. They have muscles whole through the body, move with whip-like motions. They have rapid movement. Vinegar eels are not parasitic and will not harm. Within just a few days of ingesting them, they are on their way out of your digestive system, excreted the same way as any other waste. The eel spends its entire life in unpasteurized vinegar, a very acid environment. We use pasteurized vinegar, so we cannot see vinegar eels in our vinegar what we use in our home. So second important rotifer that which comes under the phylum Nemanthehelminthes, that is Branchionus. So it is a common rotifer found in all lakes, ponds, ditches and pools. The body is oval in shape but slightly elongated. It is about 0.3 mm in length. The body is divisible into three regions, that is head, middle, trunk and posterior foot or the tail. The thickened cuticle called lorica that bears spines and covers the body. The head bears the trochal disc or the corona. The trochal disc bears cilia, and from within the disc project three ciliated lobes, the movement of which resembles a rotating wheel, and that way they are commonly called it as rotifers. So the main species of rotifers are Branchionus plicatilis, which is a marine water found in Branchionus rotundiformis, that is the marine one, and the fresh water, that is Branchionus calciflorus. So these are the two important marine water rotifer, and third one, that is the fresh water rotifers. So here you can see the picture of Branchionus, and here the cilia which are present, they helps in locomotion and feeding. The mouth is present anteriorly but they are ventral in position. The trunk is in the middle region and has all the organ system. The foot is cylindrical, wrinkle ends in bifid structure called toes. The foot bears a pair of cement glands or pedal glands. You can see in this picture. The gland produces a sticky substance that helps in attachment. So coming to the role of Branchionus, the toxicity of wide variety of chemicals including organic compounds, metal and pharmaceuticals that can be found in water reservoirs as a result of human activity can be tested by performing toxicity tests using rotifers as bioindicators, as these organisms play an important ecological role in aquatic environments. Rotifers as bioindicators. Aquatic invertebrates are attractive model organisms in aquatic toxicology due to their short generation time. Their small size, they are filter feeders, and the permeability of the integument made rotifers quite susceptible to chemical and physical changes. Due to the importance of rotifers in aquatic trophic webs, they are useful as sentinel species to indicate toxicant exposure in affected ecosystem. Rotifers are experimental organisms, are produced in laboratory controlled conditions, and animals are ready to use a few hours after hatching instead of for several weeks to have juvenils. Hence, rotifer bioassays are less time consuming. It is known that rotifers plays an important role as secondary producers and in some freshwater ecosystem represents the larger fraction of biomass of zooplankton. Therefore, these organisms are nowadays considered as model organism for toxicological screening. Nowadays, toxicity assays with rotifers include very diverse toxicants and relatively high number of tests has been assessed the effect of inorganic, that is metal and metalloids, and very versatile organic compounds like pesticides, solvents, colorants, detergent and emergent toxicants in which health and care products and pharmaceuticals form part of it. The ability to produce cyst has allowed the development of toxicity kits called Rotox kits employed for acute or chronic marine and freshwater toxicity testing. Cyst production is an outstanding characteristic that has enabled the development of several toxicity protocols using rotifers that has been used worldwide. So these are some of the important role of rotifers, that is branchiones. Thank you.